Well, decades after their death, what's believed to be the remains of 55 U.S. servicemen are flown out of North Korea on the 65th anniversary of the Korean War armistice. Good evening, I'm Kyle Linsky.
And I'm Paula Toti. In a solemn procession, boxes carrying the remains were taken off an Air Force plane at a U.S. air base in South Korea. They will return to the U.S. in about a week.
Yeah, but Paula, it could still be years before those remains are positively identified. Local 12's Megan Mangello talked to local veterans about what it means to have their fellow brothers in arms home once again. Megan?
Well, Kyle, the Korean War, as we know, is called the Forgotten War. But today in Evendale, a group of local veterans were remembered. And across the nation, their fellow comrades who never came home are being remembered too.
These are the faces of the Cincinnati soldiers who served our country halfway around the world. Back in 1950, they were young men stationed in Korea and fighting for freedom. Today, their faces have aged, but their pride is unwavering.
I think it's a great occasion. I think it would be great for the families, a comforting thing for them to know that their loved ones rest in American soil.
Henry Merrick, an Air Force veteran, was one of the many honored today in Evendale by the Urology Group and GE Aviation. This ceremony marks the 65th anniversary of the signing of the ceasefire in the 3-year battle. But today is especially meaningful. Some of their fallen comrades are finally coming home.
There was no reason to hold them. You know, the war was over. They should have released them right away.
A plane carrying the remains of 55 U.S. servicemen was flown out of North Korea today. This happened based on an agreement last month between President Trump and Kim Jong-un. It's a move Bud Annenberg had been waiting years for.
When I left there in '53, I was hoping there would be a settlement at Panmunjom, but it didn't ever come to pass. And we were hoping that it would come after that, but the North Koreans were very, very stubborn.
This is a picture of Bud serving in the Army's medical battalion. He worked to save lives, but it was a fight not often won. It's estimated the war killed 36,000 American soldiers.
Those who died, the U.S. Department of Defense estimates North Korea still has the remains of 5,300 U.S. servicemen. The White House released a statement saying this is a significant first step, and they hope to resume field operations to search for others still missing. Kyle, back to you.
All right, Megan, thank you so much for that story. And the remains released today are expected to be flown to Pearl Harbor in Hawaii for identification.